All right, everybody. Thanks for being on. Congrats for being on to our Leaders Workshop call. I'm going to go through a couple quick things. I'm glad everybody got a chance to meet each other, say hello. I have 5 things that I want to cover that I've actually discussed directly with Andrew, JR, and all that. And this call is for those people who either attended the special session with JR live, they're either a part of an organization of someone who attended a special session and someone believed that you're a leader. Or again, like I said, maybe you snuck on. I don't think anybody snuck on here, but maybe you snuck on, and that's great too, because that's leadership characteristics, is creative problem solving and being part of everything. Anyway, so kudos for wherever you fall in that class. Thanks for being on. I want to go over a couple things first and foremost. Number one, we are all homebound, essentially, over the next, month, few weeks, month and a half, whatever. We don't know what's going to be going on. In this type of situation, and this is really, really important to understand, to start this off, this is the first thing. We are in the position right now where we offer the most beneficial opportunity ever, okay? We are a organization of entrepreneurs that solve problems. It's so vital to think, to understand this. When we are in a situation when it's good, our company does really well because people spend money and they buy things. But when things happen and things become challenging times, contractions in a marketplace, health crises, all these different things, because of the way our business is set up, we actually provide solutions. Entrepreneurs are solutions providers. And this is one thing that JR is hammering down. We have to be sensitive to the world, but you also have to realize we are solutions providers. That's what we do. We help solve problems, and entrepreneurs all across the world have made their biggest impact when they had the chance to help the most people. And I want to point that out. This does not mean you're taking advantage of a tough situation. This just means, from a financial standpoint, you are actually helping people when they need it most. And that's the position that we're at right now in this crazy world that we live in for the next however amount of time, month, whatever, couple weeks, month and a half. But I want you guys to realize that the situation we're in is a time that we can help the most people. Financially, you can completely change the trajectory of your business in a matter of a couple weeks to a month. Like that. If you understand and you can really position with people on how you can help them most. So let's talk about that. When I grew the fastest prior to now was during 2007 and 2008, where we were in the Great Recession, where everybody was struggling most, and I was able to offer solutions to people that they needed. We're in a similar situation right now where people are looking for a way to make money. And there's 4 things that our business provides. And I want you guys to master these 4 things, because these are the 4 things that make people want to be a part of this. Number 1, people want to be able to shop from home and save money doing it, and potentially to make money by that, by the way. Shop from home. This is forcing everybody to shop from home. We have that, shop.com. You guys have that first solution, helping people shop from home and earning cash back and saving money. That's the first benefit you have. That's the first thing people are looking for right now in a crazy situation we're at. Second thing that we offer, again, this is solving problems. This is offering solutions to people who need help. Second thing we offer is a way for people to get access to products and services that they need in a situation like this, whether it be wellness and health product that can help boost immunity, increase immune function, disinfect their house, keep their hands clean, all these different things, their bodies clean, all these things. We have products and services that we can offer people that are superior to anything else out in the marketplace that we can help people with. That's number 2. We offer that, okay? That's number 2. So it's the second thing that we're a part of. Number 3, we are in the position now where we can help people make money right now, because they have an opportunity to what? Sell those products and services and make profit to bridge a financial gap if they're having trouble and they need to make money right now because they're not working or the situation has changed for them, right? So that's that. That's the third thing we offer, a way to bring people into business and make money now by retailing a product that everybody wants to get their hands on. That's number 3. And then number 4 is the big one. We teach people how to create residual incomes. Now, here's the thing. For the last 10 years, nobody thought they needed a residual income because we had the best job market that we've had probably in history. We had the best economy had probably in history. We had the most, success in our country that we had financially in history, and nobody thought they needed a backup plan or a plan B. But the reality of it is, we need to create residual, and you have to create a residual income before you need it. Does that make sense? You have to create a backup plan and build a backup plan before you need it. And right now, a lot of people need a backup plan, but they don't have one, especially a residual income, where you don't have to worry about money anymore when something like this happens, right? People need that. I'm so passionate about this right now because I've made more money in the last 3 weeks of commissions than I had made in any 3-week period in the last 12 months. Our business is exploding at the seams right now. Everybody's looking for something. And if that's not happening in your business, you're not offering these solutions. Now, remember, the fourth one we can't fix for people now, meaning we can't give people residual income. They had to build that before. But what we can do is let people know, yes, this is going to pass. And this is not the first problem we had in our life or challenge, and it's not even going to be the last problem or challenge we have in our life. So if you don't want to be in a bad position, or you don't want to be in the same similar challenging position you are at the next challenge in your life, whether it's a large mass challenge like we're in right now, or just an individual challenge when somebody just needs to spend time on their own health or to help a family member or a friend, do something, and residual income would make it so much easier on them. Let's build it now. Let's help them start it where we can bridge a gap financially now with retail, offer products and services that people need to improve their health, offer an ability for people to shop from home, but then also help them create a residual income that the next challenge that happens in their life, they're prepared for it, and they can focus on their challenges because they don't have to worry about the money. And that's the 4 things that we can help people with. And if you can get out there, listen, I'm working harder right now. I haven't left the house. I walk outside, but I'm working harder than when I was traveling all over the place because people need this. And the most important thing is I have a strategy and a system that I'm doing it that scales and duplicates, but it's engaging everyone. I'm going to talk about that in a second. And I ran this by Jared, and he's like off his rocker how cool that this has been for helping so many people establish their business for themselves. So, this is you. In the next month to month and a half, you can completely take the trajectory of your business that was like this and go like this by helping the most people. Don't worry about the business. That's going to happen automatically. But figure out, how can I help the most people with one of those 4 or more than one of those 4 things that we can provide in people's lives? And share that with everybody. Everybody wants to be able to shop from home, have a high-quality product that can increase their health, have the opportunity to make money right now from home by offering products and make retail, or create a residual income so the next challenging time they have money out of the way, they don't have to worry about it anymore. Everybody wants that. Let people know that you're offering solutions in those 4 categories, and share it with people and ask them who they know who'd be looking for that, because we're here to help. We are here to help. So that's the first thing. The next month or so, you can change everything when it comes down to your business. But the only way you change your business is by changing other people's lives and things that we help solve. Again, there's more challenges right now than ever, but as entrepreneurs, we are solutions providers. We provide solutions, and that's how this business is going to grow and erupt. Help the most people financially, the business will come. So worry about other people and help them get the solutions to the problems and challenges they have. Your business will grow automatically. If you make it about them and not about you, that changes everything. So that's number 1, and I want to really position that for you. Number 2, 3, and 4 is what we need to do to make sure that we're in connection. And these 3 things, number 2, 3, and 4, is what we have to do as a team. I'm sure you guys have noticed some of this stuff, but I've been so all in on this stuff simultaneously while I'm doing 5, 10 Zooms a day sometimes, no exaggeration right now, nonstop. And I'm all in on it. You know why? Because my job is to help the most people possible. I'm not concerned about the income. The income's going to be there. My goal is to help the most people get there. And the reason why I asked you guys to get on here is because you are the most influential people in this organization. You're the most talented people, a lot of you, in the whole company. And you have a chance to help the most people, impact them with this model right now for what you do. And from a financial standpoint, it's going to set you free for life if you do it. So here's the second, third, and fourth thing. So the next 3, 2, 3, and 4. Number 2 is we have to create solid communication channels with all of our people. Now, I want to tell you something that's vitally important to understand. Okay? Please tell me I started the... Oh, good. I did. So communication is everything right now. We need to be able to communicate with people because there's tons of opportunities to help us engage our people, right? And get them positioned to learn as much as they can, as fast as they can, because a lot of people are at home and they have chances to learn more. Okay. So number 2 is you have to create your communication channels. Now I want to tell you something. Facebook is no longer an effective communication channel. Doesn't mean we're not going to use it, but it's the least effective communication channel now. Why? Because it's over inundated with with ads. There's no way to know if people are seeing the information or not. It's called a pull method of connecting with people instead of a push method. See, a push method, email and text. You push an email or you send a text, they have to intentionally ignore it to not see it. Whereas on Facebook, it's a pull method. That means they have to go online, find the stuff, and then pull the information off it, but they have to take action to get the information. Does that make sense? They have to actually go to Facebook and then go to a group, find the information, and make sure they're not missing anything. It's a pull method. A push method is what you need now. So in order to communicate, all of us as leaders of our team have to, you guys probably have seen this, the text opt-ins from me, the email opt-ins for the newsletters from me. This is vitally important that we all get all of our people on these things. So if you go on the Facebook group or the emails, you're seeing emails. If you guys aren't getting emails from me, make sure I have your email. Text me your email address right now, and I'll make sure you're opt-in. Or go to the Facebook page, the MA Shop Team TNT Shopping Unity Nation Facebook page, and opt in with the text. It's an announcement, and then the email list. It's an announcement. Make sure you're in both of those, but make sure all of your team are doing those to this. But make sure you're doing this for your own team too. Each one of you are leaders, and you should have a text communication with your leaders and an email communication because they're pushes. Okay, they're push groups, and that's vitally important that you do that. Because in those communication channels, this is where you know they're getting the information and content, and you're going to be promoting the next thing, all of the training that's available to them now. Because we're all tied up at home, this is an opportunity for you to saturate everybody's brains, including your own, with more training in shorter periods of time than we ever had opportunities to. Because we're all at home, and we're not driving. We have more opportunity now to get saturation and get a mindset built into our team by providing all the trainings that we have. So once you set up your communication stuff and get them all plugged into mine, I'm putting it out anyway, but make sure you guys are setting your communication stuff out. And most importantly, make sure you're reaching out to people directly, individually too, with personal phone calls. Don't just rely on this mass media marketing stuff, but we're a one-to-one marketing business. Reach out to the people that you have personally sponsored recently or the people that you're working with directly, and make sure you're plugging them in and guiding them yourself into these communication tools and also into the ongoing Zooms. I got to tell you, John and Pastor Pat, Vina and Joanna and Becky and Joel and John Talmadge and Maleva and Vershanti and so many people. You guys are doing a freaking incredible job on these live Zoom things every week. And they're so good that we have these things to help teach people and engage them in live trainings, but we're recording them all and then we're downloading them into a YouTube playlist that you can use as a training tool. But here's the best part. It's a training tool using you or your fellow peer leaders. So now it brings credibility to the whole process because now they realize, oh, wow, Joanna's a trainer and I have a chance to work with her. Yeah, like it's edification and credibility for you. Do you understand that? That's why we're doing this. Yes, the company has stuff that we're using too. But the most valuable thing that we have in assets is we're doing these trainings with the leadership in our team doing it. You know, Nick did an incredible Zoom on trial size stuff. So good. There's so many. Jason helped me with a pride training that turned out really, really good. I mean, all of these different things we have. Debbie crushed it the other day, by the way. Debbie McGowan's training on TLS was so good. It was just phenomenal. So we have all these people, Roseanne, and did a really one. We all have these things. We need to leverage those, and really, Ken Anderson's back office tour was phenomenal, and his shop.com, how to shop on shop, was hands down crazy good. So we have all, and they're all into one playlist, right? So number 3 is getting people trained. How are you going to make sure you get them trained? Love on them. We're a one-to-one marketing business. So create your channels of push messages, texts, and emails, right? But then call everybody directly that's in your team and say, hey, I'm willing to help. What can I do to help you? We can help you and everybody you know change their life right now, because in every challenge has an opportunity rolled into it to help people. And obviously that's where your business can explode because of it. I am having more growth now because of this, guys. It's explode, and it happens every time the market turns for whatever reason. There's more people that need help, and I'm just not willing to not help people. And as a result, the income explodes in business. You can ask Jason. I mean, he's saying, literally, I'm like buried in either Lisa's office or in our dining room or somewhere for the majority of the day straight, just call after call, Zoom after Zoom, because people need it, and I'm not willing to judge who deserves it and who doesn't. I'm just sharing everything I can with everybody, and it's just nonstop crazy. So we need to get people trained in the Zoom live broadcasts, right? We're going to keep on doing them, and we have to keep them consistent to the times we're doing it. And make sure they're there. We had to adjust Venus today, by the way, because she had her other training. So Lisa actually did the training today, which was about how to do online parties. She did it at 11 o'clock though, but I got the recording. I'm gonna put that in the YouTube thing, the YouTube playlist. One link, you can get access to all. I think there's 11 or 12 recording Zooms from all the leadership of you guys doing them. So good. That took the place of this, but all the other ones, we're going to make sure they're all consistent, because all the new people want to rely on that, and that gives us an opportunity to keep training people, but they have to know they're there. Use text and email and direct conversations. Direct conversations are everything. We're a one-to-one marketing company. Don't get stuck with mass marketing. None of you got a big enough team that you can't call the majority of the people that you're working with directly, right, to do it. I still do it, and I mean, I have a huge team, but I focus on calling the people that are you guys, my leaders, and then and you guys can repeat that into your teams and create like a phone waterfall list or whatever. Direct conversation, engage people, help them, right? So that's communication, and then training. Zoom broadcast live, YouTube playlist, watch what the company's providing, but make sure you realize this. The more engaging and interactive they are, the better. That's why we have these live ones that we're running for our team. Just as important of the information that Beleva and Vershanti gave out during their All About Lips, training, was just as important of that is that they engaged people that were on there and talked directly to them and made them feel a part of something bigger. Do you understand what I'm saying? That is the most important part of these Zooms. It's not the content that matters most. It's the engagement and the interaction that matters most. That's why I am telling you guys the most important. I'm going to wrap up with a building from home, a list of tips that I went through, and it's JR thought it was brilliant. I want you guys to know. It's about engagement. We're a one-to-one marketing business. So number 3 is getting your people trained through all the broadcasts available. Again, our live ones I think are key, because it empowers them to be a part of something bigger than themselves. And they're not just being spoken at, they're being spoken with and talked with, not at, because we're having everybody have video and being interactive. Does that make sense? That's a big game changer there. So, and obviously there's so much good content. Use a YouTube video playlist of all the recorded Zooms as a training resource so they can all see how interactive we are. But most importantly, they can get all the training that they need by going through, or a lot of the training that they need by going through the playlist, involved themselves in the live stuff, but then also listening to the audios from the company, right? So that's number 3. So again, so then number 4. Another thing that this gives us opportunities to do is build our community stronger than ever. stuff like this we can do. I mean, I'm watching Vina have a drink, Joanna sit there and scratch her head. You know, like I can see everybody. And I mean, from all over the world, right? All here right now. There you go, Pat. Thanks for putting your video back on again. Yeah, see, I see all you sneaky Pete. You know, I can see all. But that's the difference. By the way, that's the reason why I'm going to talk about a tip here of building, but this is so key. We have this chance to do this, build the community, get people to engage with each other, get people to know each other, get people to know each other enough so they can leverage each other. You know? That's such a big deal. These opportunities that we have here, because we're all figuring out a way to connect, makes it tough because we can't interact in person, which will never be replaced. It's the most important thing, and when we can do it again, it's so vital to get back to that. But this allows us to build the community in this short-term few month or two, whatever it's going to be, to really build these things. And that's number 4 that this opportunity gives us, the chance to build a community and a team that's so, because we're interacting with each other, that's so solid that nobody can penetrate it. And no one will want to leave it. Do you understand? That's really what it's all about. So that's number 4. All right. And then number 5 is some strategies of build from home. And I want to really emphasize a couple things here. And I'm going to highlight the difference makers. The reason why the results that we are getting right now in our team are just freaking, I guarantee we're the fastest grower organization in all of North America right now. There is no question in my mind between everything that's going, I don't even think it's close. But I'm going to tell you why. I do some things a little different that make all the difference because it's all about engagement. So let me just quickly go through this 4 thing. Number 1, the next month or 2, you can change your trajectory if you leverage these things. The time will pass, and you have to, number 1, teach people or know how to expand on those 4 main things that we offer, the solutions we offer. Number 1. Number 2, you have to create a communication channel that is a push communication channel, not relying upon a pull. Don't rely on Facebook. They have to go and find the stuff, and you don't know if you miss stuff or not, because the algorithms screw it all up and they don't know. But a push, they have to ignore a text or ignore an email to not see it. So get your push platform set up, not just using mine, but create your own for your own teams. Create your own for your own teams. An email group and a text group for your own teams, number 2. Number 3, let them know through all your communication channels as well as direct conversation about all the upcoming trainings that we have live with the team. Yes, the company wants to. JRs are awesome. But the ones that are most important, the ones that are interactive, where they're a part of something because they're engaged, right? So make sure everybody has their videos on. Let them know. We're not going to let you in unless you have your video on, right? Like, we need that. So you can communicate and say hello and build that and get that. And also share the YouTube playlist with all the video training as well as, you know, the audios that we love all the time. Just get people saturating their mind right now with all the knowledge base. That's number 3. Number 4 to it is you can create a stronger community than ever, because this is our opportunity to spend time because we're all at home. And obviously that makes it fun. What we do a lot of times too in number 4 is we do social hours. I had so much stinking fun the other night with you guys on Wednesday night. We do it every single Wednesday night at 9:45 Eastern time for about an hour. That was a complete riot. We had so much fun on that call. In fact, me and Gina and Jason, I don't remember, stayed on until 11 or something. I mean, it was so much fun. We want you guys all to be a part of that. And obviously, you don't need to just be a part of the one that I'm doing. Do it yourself. Nick and their team did one, I think, on Friday, you know? And I would have been on it if I wasn't doing 2 more registrations. You know, like I'll be a part of all that stuff because it's so much fun to be able to build this community, because we can spend time together like this, interactive, all across the country where we normally wouldn't before, because life pulls us in a billion different directions, and this almost resetted us, right? That's number 4. But last thing is number 5, and then we're going to wrap up, and I want to open it up for some questions. If you guys have questions, I want you to ask them, because I want you to be perfectly clear on what you need to do to build now. So I just talked about the strategy of building your communication and the mindset on going out and letting people know how you can help them and all that kind of stuff, and getting people trained, right? The more people get trained, the stronger their mind's going to be, and the quicker they're going to go out and share this with people. But strategies of building. You can not self-destruct, but you can mess up and stunt your growth if you try to do the wrong things. there's an opportunity here bigger than anything we've ever done to help more people. But if you try to go too big with it, you actually stun its growth. Okay? And here's what I mean. One thing is this: do not try to turn yourself into a mass marketing company and try to throw a bunch of mud against the wall and see what it sticks with giant Zooms. The first thing that I've been doing is I do not allow any more than 3 to 5 guests ever on any Zoom I do. You guys hear what I'm saying? No more than 3 to 5 guests on any Zoom that I ever do. No more. Right? If there's more than that, I split them up. Let's just say I'm on a phone with Steve Turner. I've been doing a lot of stuff with Steve Turner, and 6 people want to get on, or 6 people show up for one we're supposed to have 4. 6 people show up. Let me tell you what I do. I grab 3 of them, and I say, all right, Steve, I'm going to take Bill, Sam, and Sally. I'm going to go over to this, and I'm going to show them the plan over here, and then you keep those 3 here, and I move them all over. Here's why. The mistake that we had happen in the past is we had people come on, and we started doing these giant Zoom broadcasts, and we had more guests on them that we can all, listen to me, engage with. The most important thing about our business is we do engage people, and I have to talk to them at the beginning, ask them who they are, where they're from, how they were introduced to the business. I have to create that personal what? Engagement and interaction. Now, I can't do that with any more than 3 to 5 people. That make sense to you guys? So I just want you to know this. And I'm not picking on any of you that have done this, because sometimes it just happens and you can't avoid it. But here's the problem. When you do that, now you have some people that weren't engaged. They probably didn't pay attention. And if they did, it was only a little bit. And here's why. Because they know that they're one of 50 people, and they know they're no one's going to ask them. So they don't pay attention the same. Does that make sense? You guys understand what I'm saying? They're just like casually listening instead of engaging listening. Another thing, so no more than 3 to 5 guests. I would prefer, let me just tell you this. I think I'm one of the best plan showers in the company, right? It's just me. You might think you're better than me, and that's cool too. I hope you do, because that's the confidence that people need to build the business, right? But I would prefer to have 100 people showing the plan to 100 people one-on-one than me showing 100 people the plan myself. And here's why. The 100 people that are watching me show the plan, even though I might show a great plan and have it perfectly down and show a better plan than most people, it won't be as effective because those 100 people aren't being engaged and they're not paying the same attention as if it's an engaging conversation. Does that make sense? You understand what I'm saying? Meaning I want to make sure that they're being spoken with and not at or to. Okay? So I would prefer to have 100 people doing 100 one-on-one Zooms than me showing 100 people the plan myself. Because number one, they're being engaged. Number two, right? We can control the environment because now they all have their videos on. And that's another thing about this when you're doing from home. Every person that you show the plan to has to have the video on. If they say, oh, my video's not working, okay, listen, go change your devices. I can't do this without your video on. Watch Vina do it. I taught Vina this a long while back. I can't do it without your video on. I need to see you because I need to be able to talk to you like we're in person. I can't talk to a screen. It's very uncomfortable for me, and I need to be able to look at you, talk to you, and I'm talking to you, and I want you to be able to respond. So this is a two-way conversation, not me pitching you something. People like to be involved, but number one, they want to be involved. Number two, guess what? They're paying attention the whole time because they know you're watching. And by the way, if I'm sitting here and I go like this and I see, like I see Maleva right now looking to her left. Now, I don't know why she's doing that, but I'll stop. Like say if I'm presenting to Maleva, yeah, she's got her computer there. I would stop and I'll stop. If she looks away, I'll just stop for a second. Hey, I'm just waiting for you to come back. I mean, seriously, I do. You understand? I'll do that. But I'll also say, does that make sense, Darwin? Like, does this make sense? Can I move on? And I'll make sure I want to hear him. Like, so I'll make sure I'll say, unmute yourself. I'll make sure I hear him. And if something happens where
it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I'll stop. I am treating this just like I'm sitting in their face. And I need them to give me the same respect as I'm giving me. I need them to give me the same respect I'm giving them. For me giving them all my energy, they got to give me the same energy back. The only way that you'll make sure that happens is if they're what? On, and their video's on, and they're not doing anything else. If they're not on, don't show it to them. Get them to get on. Trust me when I tell you, make sure they what? Get it figured out. I promise you, it'll make all the difference. And here's the thing. This will duplicate. And this will duplicate big. And by the way, here's another thing it does. If I was telling all you guys, hey, listen, don't show the plan, let me show it for you, and I'll get 100 people on my thing, guess what I'm doing? Number one, I'm weakening you because I'm trying to, first of all, I'm telling you I think you suck, and you shouldn't show the plan because I'm better. Right? Think about that. That's really what somebody was saying. Hey, don't you show it, let me show it to all your guests. That's the psychological thing. I want you guys to go out and show it. You know why? Because the more you do it, the better you're going to get. I want you, Nick will tell you in the gym, if he goes, hey, come to the gym and watch me lift weights, you're not only not going to get stronger, you're actually going to get weaker because you sat there and didn't work out. Right? Your muscles atrophy. It's the same thing in the business. So I want people showing more plans, not less. I want everybody out there doing it instead of not doing it. You understand what I'm saying? So that's really what it's all about. So Zoom video on, no more than 3 guests. And last thing, use third-party calls like they're going out of style. Don't forget to teach your team the go now method of getting people on the phone. How many people remember that? The go now method. What's the go now method, right? If you have somebody that you're talking to, and they have a question, or you want them to meet a third party, you need to go now one of us. Now, this is the thing. I want you guys to know how to get in touch with each other and go now each other. You know why? Go now means if you text me go now, that tells me you're with someone you want me to talk to for you and edify you and help maybe answer a question or bring a third-party credibility to the conversation. You might be on with them on the phone, whatever, but that's what the go now means. And I want you guys to be able to go now each other. If you're on the phone with an esthetician, right, the esthetician, you then can go now, Joanna, for example. And Joanna knows to go now. Okay, you got it, baby. Okay. Sorry, at least Reese just came in. So you can go now each other. Or if you know someone that's, a personal trainer, you go now Nick. If Nick knows somebody that's a makeup artist, he go now either Maleva or Gina or whoever, people that are in that, or Becky, whatever it is. I want you guys to know you guys leveraging each other's talents and helping each other grow, make all of you grow exponentially faster by leveraging each other's benefits for each other's businesses. You get that? So learning and obviously using that go now strategy with all your people, getting them to engage you in third-party calls, and then you can be a part of edifying them, but getting them plugged into the process by doing those third parties. I actually did a thing with Willie and Venus Group that's down in Tennessee. And literally, I just told him today, I said, real simple, don't make this harder than it is. You just tell people, listen, I need some help. Can you evaluate something for me? I need your honest feedback. That's it. What is it? I'll tell you that I have people simplifying down everything to a simple approach like that. Hey, John, I could use some help, man. Can you evaluate something and give me your honest? Can you evaluate something for me? And give me your honest feedback. Some people, worst case, yeah, I can do that. Well, what is it? Well, I don't really know much about it. Let me get you in touch with the guy who's telling me about it. I'm looking to do something for myself to make some extra money. And if you can help me, maybe there's some money in it for you. But I just honestly want your feedback on how involved you think that maybe I should be in this. That's it. Keep it so simple, dumb. Evaluate. That's a strategy of an evaluation approach. And everybody can do that. And here's what I'm going to do. All right, hold on. Let me call my friend Don. So John calls up me, says, hey, Don, I'm here with my friend Lauren. I asked her to evaluate the business. Thanks, Maleva. Awesome. I got you. We're all good. I'm just tetting up, but I'll send you a recording. Thanks for that. You're the best. So the reality of it is you guys have this opportunity, but it's a simple evaluation approach. You can even say, hey, right now in this day and age, I actually have a business that I started that offers 4 major solutions to what the world needs. Number one, people need to find a way to shop from home and get paid to do it. Number 2, people have to learn a way to get access to great high-quality immune-boosting products. It does that. Number 3, it helps people make money right now from home while they're sitting at home. And number 4, it helps people create a residual income. So when the next challenging time in life happens, this isn't the first time and it's not the last time, they can build an income where they don't have to worry about money anymore. Money's out of the way so they can focus on fixing the problems in their life. So if you know anybody who'd be interested in having the benefit from any of those 4 things or all of them, have them talk to me right now. You guys get it? That's all we need to do. But we have to coach and teach and train our team to do that. And I'm telling you, if you're all in, and I'm so freaking passionate about this right now that I want to punch my computer screen and wake everybody up, because literally, like, you can change people's lives with this business right now if you just open up your trap and tell everybody how you can help them. Not what you can get from it, not what the benefit to you is, but how you can help change other people's lives. That's really what this is all about. And you're the leaders. The way you respond is how people respond. If you're out there telling people how freaking energized you are because of how many people you're able to help, they're going to leave. If you're telling people that you're not energized, they're not going to listen to you. If you got to go out there and show the world that you are different than everybody else. You can change a life by your attitude and how you bring to the world what you have right now. And that's all you need to do. You're the leaders. You're the leadership team. You have a chance to change so many people's lives while you're sitting at home for whatever reason, right? And I know it's a tough time. Trust me. I know this is not easy for anybody, right? At all. I understand health challenges, financial challenges, all kinds of stuff. It's a challenging time. But you can help solve problems, and that's where you build business. That's where you build business. So I am so pumped, excited for people's lives to be changed. The business will respond accordingly. I'm not even worried about that. It's just happening. But you guys can change lives by going out there and sharing with people and not giving a crap, right? If people are interested or not. Just go out there and try to help people and let people know, hey, listen, if you don't need to help, if everything's great for you, who do you know who needs a way to shop from home and make money doing it or save money doing it, a way to get access to great health products, a way to, make money in cash from home right now. People can retail these great products and make money right now and bridge a financial gap in their life to help them what? Bridge the gap. I know Vina, she's not where the other day she called me up. She's like, I just did this much in sales. I made as much as if I would have been in the salon for the day. That's what this business provides people. And then how about creating a residual income so the next challenging time in your life, whether it's a large one like this or a one individual one just for you, you don't have to worry about money. Money's out of the way. You can focus on the challenge and at hand instead of having to worry about money at the same time. That's what we're doing, guys. And the system is perfect. So here's what I want to offer you guys. I want to offer each one of you guys the opportunity, right, to get me on Zooms with people. Now, I am so freaking busy, it's crazy. But I will do whatever it takes so you guys can, or I'll have you tune into some of mine that I'm doing, or are you guys doing with me? I'll fill them in. I know between Maleva and Nick and Brittany and a lot of people that I'm getting them involved with Steve because it's grown so fast that I just can't do it myself. But at the same time, I want to make sure I'm available for all you guys too. You guys are all equals to me in my eyes, as leaders. And I want to make sure you guys all can get a piece of me because I have freaking mastered this. And I want you guys to master it too. And you can, every single one of you. And obviously I'm still learning, but I want you to know that y'all can do it. People need what you have right now. Just be confident enough and passionate enough to go share it. And I hope that made sense. So anyway, this is your time, and it's more importantly, it's other people's times. Your people's lives are going to be changed by you guys, and they don't even know what's coming yet in the most positive of positive perspectives. If you don't know how to use Zoom, I'll show you. Every single one of you should have a Zoom account, by the way. All right. So it's $9 a month from your back office. Create a free Zoom account and then go in your back office and attach it. It's $9 a month. You get IBV or BV. Is it BV or IBV? I don't even know. But it's a phenomenal platform tool. You can record everything. But the key is when you do them, no more than a handful of guests. Split them up if you need to. If me and Becky and Dan and John are on a webinar together and we're expecting to have one guest each, I'll do that. But then magically, if what happens is now all of a sudden we get on there and I have 2 guests, Becky has 3 guests, and John has 4 guests, I'm not showing that plan to 7 guests myself or 9 guests. I'm going to break them up into 3 and I'm going to say, all right, Becky, you show these 2 people. I'll show these 3 people. John, I'll show these 3 people. And we'll do it. Why? Because I need to what? Talk to each of them and make them feel a part of, they're being conversated with. You understand what I'm saying? The only thing I use now, and the only thing I use these mass, these big UBPs that they're doing that are large groups, is to train my existing team, or for somebody who's seen the plan once or twice to see it again. I'll do the big ones for that, but not first times. Do you understand what I'm saying? Not the first times. The first times have to be engaged. So big freaking deal, and we can, I'm telling you, you guys can all retire in 2 to 3 months, like no crap. If you go all in on this, you can build a center in 3 to 4 months to 5,000 BV a week and never have to work another day of your life if you go all in on this right now, because people want what we have. It just depends on how serious you want to be at it. You know, my volume is over 30 plus thousand BV a month higher than it was 6 months ago. And we're just getting warmed up. You know what I mean? It's just like, it'll be 60,000 in the next 3 months. We're going to hit 2-3 pin levels this year. It's awesome. So anyway, I want to talk to each one of you when you need it. Any questions at all? Any clarifications of anything, how to do things? Feel free.
Was that your mic drop when you dropped the pen?
That was my pen drop.
That's your mic drop. No, seriously, everything you're saying is so true though, because I literally, like, and this is the beauty of planting seeds, because so many people that I have shown this plan to or have reached out to them to ask them to evaluate, they're literally reaching out to me at this point and saying, yeah, I have all the time in the world, show me what you got. Like, I've never had, and it's such a, it does build your confidence when people are like chasing after you, because they're like, I need this. I don't know what it is, but I need it. Like, they just want to, they want to see the plan. Did Maleva get off? Because
yeah, she just started showing a plan. She just went to go.
Well, because I'm one of my prospects, she's a makeup artist, and I've been talking to her. It's a long story. I'm not going to get into all the details, but when Maleva did, like Donna's talking about the recorded versions of things, like when she did her Motives Monday with Lee and they recorded that, you know, it's like I've gotten this makeup artist on a couple different, I've shown her the plan. I've gotten her on a couple different Zoom plan showings just so that she could see other people show the plan. And then she was on today with Vina's training, which was phenomenal. But she was like, I really want to hear from a makeup artist, because she's a makeup artist. So that's how she identifies with things. So I was able to pull up that Zoom recording that Maleva did with Vina. And it really resonated with her. So that's the beauty of like what Don is saying about these recorded Zooms, you know, get them on live things too, because like you're saying, you know, we want to be able to interact with them. We want them to feel like they're a part of something, but the recordings are really golden too, because like I can't speak to her as a makeup artist. I mean, I'm in the beauty industry, but I'm not a makeup artist. But she literally said to me, I really want to hear from a makeup artist. And I was able to send her that Zoom recording right away. And it really resonated with her, which is why she decided to get on the training with Vina today. So it's just like, I mean, now is like what Donna's saying, I hear everything that you're saying, and I can truly say that I'm having that same experience. I'm exhausted today. Like, I have never been more exhausted, but I'm excited at the same time. Like, I'm not even leaving the house, but because I'm on Zoom all day long, because I'm trying to help as many people as possible, and people are reaching out to me, and I want to be available for them, but I'm more tired now than I was when I was leaving the house every day, but it's a good time.
Let me tell you, let me give you a tip on that too. And I want to address this so you guys know. There's this point of no return where in life, in business particularly, when you go, you get worn out, you get exhausted. But I want to tell you something. There's a point where it does the opposite. So like you go and get beat down. I'm just telling you this. Trust me when I tell you this is freaking fact. When you get to a point where you think you can't be more tired, if you push through that same day, it reverses and your energy starts growing again. It does the absolute opposite. That's why I'm a freak.
Yeah.
Like seriously, because I know I try to get to that point. And when I get to that point, I know if I push through that, I have it happen every day too. But it's like I get tired. You can't tell because I don't let it. I don't say it out loud. I don't let myself hear it. I try to let myself not feel it. But when I get to that point, I know I'm at that point. I push through it, and all of a sudden, it does this. Boom, and now all of a sudden, you are recreating energy at that moment in time. And then at the end of the day, you're more energized than when you started. I've been on since 9 a.m. Yeah. I have more energy right now. Before this call, I was worn out. Right. Well, the only reason why I'm saying it now is because I don't feel it anymore. But I will not say when I'm worn out that I'm worn out, ever. I mean, you'll never hear me say I'm tired when I'm tired. Right. Yeah, I don't let my body control me. I let my mind control my body. That's a different, I'm just telling you, this is more.
That's true. Like I can be physically exhausted, but I'm so excited because mentally I'm so excited and I just keep going because I'm like, this is life changing. Like who knew that this time when everybody else is like doom and gloom, that this is the most exciting time for our business. I mean, we've always said it is. We've always said that we're the solution to so many things. Like we are literally the way for people to push through and get out of this situation. Like we are the way. There is no other way.
Well, think about this again. Back when everything was great, there wasn't a lot of solutions that people needed, or they'd like to have something better, but it wasn't necessary type of thing. Right. But now it's like there's more challenges, and when you can offer more solutions, that's why it goes so much. So anyway, anybody?
I do. I have.
Yeah. Go ahead, Vina.
I have a question real quick. So Becky and I have been doing a lot of Modi's overviews. Yeah. And we have quite a few people that have been getting on. Yeah. So if we have, I mean, our team is gotten quite large. Yeah. So when we have a couple, just even 2 or 3 different partners on, they bring 2 or 3 people. So what I hear you saying is you want us to stop at that point and split this up. Is that what you're saying for the Modi's overview?
When you're talking about, as the more engaging you can be, the better, right? So I would probably say, all right, can you talk, if it's a Modi's overview and it's not a business plan where you're engaged for about a 45-minute stuff and you're just going through the product, if you feel you can engage 6 or 7, do it. You know what I'm saying? My thing is the more engagement we have, the better, but I need to see their faces the whole time. Right.
Well, what we've been doing, and that, you're right, and Becky will attest to that. When we get on, we say, hey, guess what? We have to see your faces. That is something that we want to talk to. And even today when I did my training, and I got on there and I said, hey, I need to see your faces so I'm not just talking to nothing. Because Zoom, I think God said, Vina, I'm going to punish you even more. We are going to make you have to talk Zoom even more because you know how much I hate freaking Zoom, right?
Yeah, you're like me. You want to meet people in person.
Yeah. I'm becoming an expert on freaking Zoom. I hate Zoom. Just gonna tell you that.
You don't. Anyway, you love it. It's our saving grace right now. You love
whatever.
You love
I still hate it. Do you see my computer go wacky?
Be a master Zoom plan shower by the end of this.
It just means you need to practice more, Vina. More.
She did so good today, even with all of the technological challenges.
She did.
Vina, she rolled with it, man. She was so good. Really did. Like even my guest that was on, she was like texting me and she's like, I don't even care about all of the technology.
They just want the info.
Yeah, she's like, the information was so good. They don't even care about that. Like nobody cares. Like we're all trying to navigate through this technology thing. And of course it's much better to be in person, but this is the way we got to do it right now. And everybody
Right. So we
I
can
think,
do.
yeah, I think that what Vina was trying to say is that we're so used to being like one-on-one or two-on-one. And so the Zoom thing is so weird because you lose that personal connection. It makes us feel a little strange. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it does.
And that's what I'm saying is that's why you want to try to make it as personal as you can. Require the video to be on, talk to them, and act like you're in person. Like I'm sitting here seeing her. Doesn't that make sense, Joanna? Yeah, you see, like I'm looking right at her, like I'm in person, and I'm checking out, right? Right, Jason? You know what I mean? Right, Barry? There it is. He's shaking his head. So I'm doing that, and I'm waiting for the response.
Right.
So they realize, oh shit, he's watching me. You know, like,
Yeah.
wow, you know, Pat, that's a cool ass hat. You know, like I'm engaging so much. You know, John, I like your turban, you know, whatever it is, you know, whatever. They had them earlier.
Dawn, I did that today on the training. I saw one of the estheticians. I saw she was kind of like not really paying attention. So the next thing you know, and you guys know this, I was saying her name left and right. All of a sudden, she was my best
Really?
student.
You know, it's so funny because
I'm glad you didn't do that to me.
A lot of people at the company, I think, are making a mistake. They're teaching people use the webinar format because you can't see. You know, they're worried about what it looks like instead of what it feels like.
Right.
Yeah.
I worry about what it feels like, and
No,
I don't care what.
I totally get that.
They're like, oh, there's people there, and they're seeing all kinds of people's faces. I don't give a crap. I worry about what it feels, not what it looks like. It's what it feels like that matters. And that's where the engagement comes in. And I want that dynamic dialogue going back and forth. Now, again, don't get me wrong. Here's the best part about it. I can mute people out and kick their ass off if I have to, too. Right? Like I did.
So, Dawn, what you're saying, though, can I go back to asking that question? So what you're saying is if it's a Modi's overview, we can have a few more on, correct?
You can, listen, you might have a plan showing we have 10 people on it, too. I prefer doing as personal things as I can. But for a first exposure to our team or our people, I just have to make sure it's interactive and they feel like they're a part of something. So I would, if I had my druthers and I had to choose between 10 guests on one or 3 guests on 3 separate ones, I do the 3 guests on 3 separate ones so they had the ability to interact with those people. Now, don't get me wrong. There's going to be times you don't have a choice. But again, there's exceptions to it's not a rule. I'm just telling you the most engaging things. I haven't done a webinar Zoom plan showing with more than 5 people in 6 months.
Right.
Oh, I can't say that. We've been loading them up. So,
well,
and
I understand and that's what you want to do. But what you can do is remember, know that your team is good. So know that you got people like Becky, like Pat, like Joanna, like people that can effectively communicate with people, right? And again, you might have it where it just happens where you can't do anything and you got to do what you got to do, right? But if you have the chance to have more people do smaller ones, do that too. Or the big ones are great when they're second looks. It's like, that's why they call them second looks. Like, it's fine to have a group of 50 people on a second look or a third look. Just be cautious if it's their first, that it's an interactive.
Yeah, that's what I told Dawn the other day. Like I showed the plan to somebody on Wednesday and then I invited her to Jason's plan showing, even though I knew he already had a full plan showing. I invited her because I wanted her to see somebody else show it, but that was a second look. I've already sat with her. I was already intimate with her. So like, like that's exactly what I was going to say, Don. And even when Vina did her overview the other night, or when like Lisa's doing her overview Monday night, I invited that same person to be involved with the overview because I already sat with her individually one-on-one and had that intimate.
Yeah, that's all. The more personal you can get, the better. That's the reason why these videos. By the way, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I saw Jason making faces at Darwin and distracting him. So I muted Jason's video out.
I see them acting. They're acting up. I see it. I can see it. Like there's.
All I'm telling you is that's how you can control stuff. I just did it for.
Can you boot them off?
Gina's like the little sister. She's a tattletale.
Yeah.
She likes to tattle.
Yeah, no.
I know. Like Toby already sent me a message.
Yeah,
today.
well, she's texting me the whole time.
Wasn't that
Chrissy,
Rob that
Who's
was,
texting you?
wasn't that Rob